Are you planning a great event, maybe a wedding, maybe a graduation party? Well, then I have found the perfect wedding planner or event planner for you. This is Alex Bradshaw, and she's with Stunning and Brilliant Events. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Maddie. Thank you so much for having us on with you today.
Thank you so much for being here, only because what you do is so rewarding, but people don't understand how challenging, because your attention to detail is phenomenal.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Yes, I feel like there is so much that we do that people don't realize. You know, we're behind the scenes and that's kind of our job, but it's our job to also make sure that everything goes off without a hitch. So that's what we pride ourselves on.
Which is incredible, and you have a fantastic event planning background. So anyone who works with Alex, you are going to be in the utmost wonderful hands. She's going to take the best care of you. But people don't understand what you do as you're getting closer to the wedding. So let's kind of break it down.
Absolutely. So 30 days out, well, it also depends on which package you choose, but starting 30 days out, we like to make sure that we have all of the personal information, all of the personal items from the planner, or I'm sorry, from the couple themselves. So anything that they want to make sure that they have at the wedding, we start to gather all of that. We start to touch base with all of the vendors, make sure that their contracts are all settled, make sure that they have all the details that they need as far as our layout, our timeline, all of those final details, you know. So that's about 30 days out. As we get closer in, you know, day before, that's like gearing up the Saturday before the Super Bowl, you know, everybody's getting pumped, everybody's ready to get going. But we want to make sure that as soon as vendors arrive on site for the venue day before, that we are also there. We want to get as much set up as we possibly can day before. And so that we can just plug and play on wedding day, you know. So day before, we want to meet with the officiant, we want to meet with the couple, we want to meet all of the bride and groom's special people, you know, their moms, dads, their bridal party, their groomsmen, to make sure that they're all on cue, to make sure that they know exactly what we're doing. We'll run through rehearsal. And we just get to share so much information with them so that they are stress-free and so that they're ready. We have a bridal agenda that we like to give out so that they have all of our information, all of our contact information, all of the travel plans, you know, if there's any organized transportation from venue to reception or anything like that, we want to make sure that we have all of that and make sure that they know all of that information so that we are ready to rock and roll.
And so the key word that you just said as you went into all of this was packages. People have different price points that they can choose from because planning a wedding is not always the most cost efficient.
Exactly.
And especially depending on where you're doing it.
Right.
You are someone who needs the extra help. You guys offer a way to make it convenient and accessible to everyone.
Absolutely, yes. And we have different price points, like you mentioned. We have different options, you know, so if you want somebody to be there to hold your hand and you just want to show up and say, I do, we can absolutely do that. But if you want to be a little bit more hands-on, we have the capability to work you into all of the planning. I mean, it's your wedding, so we want to make sure that you have exactly what level of planning that you're comfortable with and that you want to be involved with. So we can offer a lot to all.
Which I think is so wonderful because sometimes I think people forget the details that go into a wedding, from napkin selection to making sure the tables show up and the cloths are on them, to the placemats being perfect.
Absolutely.
And so those are things that you guys take care of as you're ramping up and getting closer to the wedding.
Yes, yes. So day of comes around and that's what we're doing, you know, so we're setting up everything day before, but day of comes, morning of day of. We love to send a little text to the bride and groom, you know, happy wedding day, let's get ready to have some fun. And then as we continue throughout the day, we are making sure that all of the vendors are on time. We're making sure that they have everything set up that they need. We want to make sure that everybody is stress-free. We want to take on as much responsibility as we possibly can. And so day of, we come staffed. It's not just me showing up by myself. You know, we're going to have teams of up to 6 people depending on how big the event is, so we can divide and conquer for sure. And we always come staffed with our emergency kit. So we've got anything from bobby pins, tied pins, to we even carry hot glue guns in there. You never know what you're going to need, you know?
Right.
We actually used a hot glue gun once to make a tie. We had a groomsman show up that didn't have his tie. We cut up a silk napkin, folded it together, and made it into a tie, and you would have never known the difference. So,
oh my goodness.
yeah, so we come prepared for everything. But we also, day of, want to make sure that the bride and groom eat, you know. There are so many, I feel like you hear all the time that somebody that's already married talking to somebody that's engaged, and they're like, oh, well, you're not going to eat any of that food, so don't worry about it, you know.
Right.
No, we want to make sure you eat. Your ceremony is over. We have drinks in hand. We have appetizers in hand for you to take to your pictures. We make sure that if you want a private dinner before you head back to the group of everyone, we can absolutely schedule that into the timeline as well. And as the ceremony wraps up, we're packing up to-go boxes to put in your car to send with you so that you get to eat all of that good, delicious food that you got to pick out for yourselves, you know?
Right. That you spent so much time working on
so much
and
time and stress. Yeah,
right.
So we want to make sure that you get to eat it and enjoy the drinks and enjoy the company as well.
Which is really important. And another thing that I hear a lot of bride and groom say is they didn't get to spend enough time with the significant other, so that private dinner really makes a huge difference.
Right, absolutely. Oh yes, and whether that's just the bride and groom, they want to like sneak about 5 minutes to themselves, you know, they just got married. There's something to say for that, of course, so you want to like be able to cherish that time together. Or, like I said, if you want to have a couple other people invited into that private dinner, we can absolutely make that happen as well. Of course, everybody at your wedding, of course, you invited them, so you want them to be there to enjoy with you, but sometimes there's just a few that you want to hold that moment and cherish with.
Which I think is so special and so endearing for
Yeah.
people, and especially as we have such a beautiful summer season here.
Absolutely.
And so if someone is maybe like, all right, we're going to kind of do a shotgun wedding, we're going to do this quickly, is that something you guys can also help them with?
Oh, absolutely. We'll do anything from elopements to shotgun weddings, you know, so we can do it all for sure.
Which makes it definitely entertaining, and we're in such a beautiful area for people to kind of last minute decide that maybe they want to get married on top of Beaver Creek. Maybe they want to get married by Nottingham Park. We have so many great natural backdrops for people to enjoy, but then we also have a lot of wonderful venues. Now, if someone wants to do one of our big venues that we have here that are very popular, that you need a little more preparation for.
Right, yes, yes. And so that would just be organizing with the venue, making sure they have the date available and all of that. But we've got another great thing about hiring a planner is we've got contacts in our back pocket, you know, so you never know when you're going to need somebody, and we'll be there to pull on those strings for you.
Those back pocket cards are really an essential key to living. Now, if people are interested in booking you for a wedding, or maybe graduation is right around the corner, so let's quickly talk about if someone needs a last-minute graduation party planner.
Yes, so I would love to help with any graduation parties. We will coordinate, you know, if you're going to college, next steps, we can get that in there for you. We can put the school's colors in there, you know, we could do cakes, balloons, invitations, tablescapes, whatever venue you want to choose, whether that's your backyard or somewhere like Beaver Creek, you know, we can make that happen.
Which I think is so important, and especially since, you know, everyone's like, it's off season, we're settling down. We are not.
No, we are not settling down, no. Summer's right around the corner, and so with that comes wedding season, and that can continue through the rest of the seasons here, so.
Now, if someone wants to book you to have you help plan one of their fabulous events, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you, and what does the beginning process look like?
So the best way to get in contact with me would be our website, stunningandbrilliantevents.com, or my direct number, 970-431-6644. And to get that process started, we'll have a phone call, we'll have a meeting, maybe we can go and grab some coffee somewhere, and we'll talk about what your vision is. You know, I always love to put together mood boards after that initial conversation to send that to you, to be like, is this what you're looking for? And we can adjust from there, and kind of just piece together all of the details. You know, I would start planning immediately if you decide that is something that you would want to do, and we can get started.
Alex, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Give us all this great information. One more time, what's the website?
stunningandbrilliantevents.com.
Alex, thank you.
Thank you, Maddie.
If you are looking for a great party planner, a great event planner, well then you want to make sure that you check out Stunning and Brilliant Events and contact Alex because she's here, she's local, and she'll do the best job possible. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more Good Morning Vail.